Support for Steppin Out comes in part from the Kristovich family in honor of Mary Lou and Bill Kristovich. This program is sponsored in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support the arts and culture in the greater New Orleans area.
I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, with updates from the local restaurant, arts, and entertainment scenes. Joining me, Poppy Tooker, host of Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. Hey, Miss Poppy.
Hello, Peg.
Alan Smason of TheaterCriticism.com and the Crescent City Jewish News. Hello, Alan.
Hey, Peggy.
And also joining us tonight, Leslie Castay, Broadway alum, director, actress, here to tell us all about her new edition of Southern Rep's mandatory Merriment. And we're so thrilled that she is here. It's the New Orleans Holiday Musical, it's called. Hello, Miss Leslie. Hi. And additionally,
Hi, great to be here.
Hello. Additionally joining us, Joey DiFatta, president of the Patio Planters group, to tell us about this Sunday's annual caroling in the quarters. Try to say that 10 times. And there's an important update on that. So I'm looking forward to hearing from Joey.
Thank you.
Poppy, with so much change these days, can't wait to hear about the Reveillon dinner traditional this year.
Peg, you and me, we're both traditionalists, and I know you've been asking me, Peg, Poppy, what about Reveillon? And I've been saying, I'll get to well, it's Reveillon. It's Reveillon all over the place, and of course that means wake up. So wake up and enjoy these incredible deals on meals in some of the loveliest restaurants in town. We're going to start off with, of course, one of everybody's favorites, Antoine's. 4 courses at Antoine's for $55 is really a great deal. And there you're going to find a lot of tradition mixed with new touches. For instance, I love their appetizer on the Reveillon menu is a phyllo dough beggar's purse, and it has a paradis sauce on it. Well, that comes, I think Jules Alciator was doing a paradis sauce. There's coubillon there. There's filet and lobster together on the Reveillon menu. So it's a wonderful time, wonderful place. The decorations are gorgeous. And now for something maybe not so traditional, Rosedale. And, 4 courses, $40 at Rosedale. And I just have to say, I picked this one because Christmas Eve is Susan Spicer's birthday.
Aww.
So they're going to be open Christmas Eve. We can all go have Reveillon dinner, turtle soup, fried PJ oysters with artichoke bread pudding. Doesn't that sound wonderful? So Rosedale is all decorated and ready for Christmas, and Susan's ready to celebrate her Christmas Eve birthday with us all. And then for the real traditionalists, what is more fun than sitting inside the rib room, looking out on a Christmassy Royal Street, and there you can get 4 courses for $60. There's choices like mussels and grilled boar. That sounds good. And altogether for Reveillon this year, there are 32 participating restaurants. The price points are between $39 and $90. Now, do take note. Some of the Reveillon specials are excluded, maybe Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or New Year's Eve. But other than that, they're all on right through New Year's Day.
All right. Thank you so much. And moving on to Alan, we continue our holiday theme.
Well, yes, but we did have a little bit of a sad note, Peggy. I wanted to mention the fact that probably the greatest honor afforded any actor in our community has been given to Queen Carol Dickerson Sutton. She is going to be laying in state at Gallier Hall on Monday, and of course the funeral service will be held at her church, St. Catherine Drexel, on Tuesday. But again, I don't know of any other higher honor that has been ever afforded an actor in our community, and again, we will miss her dearly. Now, you did mention about the holidays, and we do need to get into the holiday spirit. Again, holiday joy abounding, and that's at Le Petit, or at least out in the outdoors at Le Petit is bringing it to you. If you can't go essentially to have your holidays indoors, then you're going to have to go outside, and that's the place to go is Le Petit. They're having a socially distanced and safe practice of their Noel. That is going to be on their performance wagon. The cast is led by pianist Tom Hook. You'll finally be able to get a chance to listen to some holiday music and get into the swing of things with a cast that really is quite enjoyable. There's a lot of New Orleans stuff in there as well. Keith Claverie is in the mix as an irascible Mr. Bingle. And again, it's going to be at Bucktown this week at the Marina. But it'll be actually starting next week for the final shows at the Broadside, next to the Broad Theater. And let me just tell you, that's going to be the new home, the new iteration, if you will, of King Cake Hub, Will Samuel's place. That'll be starting up the night before and then eventually on 12th night. So you can check that out. Again, all the good things happening with Le Petit. And by the way, Leslie's on the show, so I just want to give her a big shout out of the wonderful job she did at the cabaret of Crazy World last night. For those of who maybe missed it, her show is going to be available, and also you have another day or so to catch a Kathleen Monteleone show with Bryan Batt as a guest star. Just $10. It's well worth it. Head on over to lepetit.com for Just Getting Good and Crazy World. And again, one other thing I wanted to talk about as far as people in theaters now. And May Hayes has left the scene at Southern Rep, but her interim replacement, Sasha Granois, has been trying to keep things busy. As part of Luna Fett's various installations around the city, projections regarding the history of Bayou Road and St. Rose of Lima Church are going to be projected on the side of the Southern Rep building. So we want everybody to know about that. They're going to have their pop-up play as well coming up on the 23rd. That's all happening at southernrep.com. Check it out there.
All right, yes, and LunaFest, we should point out, is going to be all over the city, and that you can go to the Arts Council website for all those details as well. Thank you so much, Alan. And speaking of Southern Rep, we've got Leslie, who, once again, it's tradition, mandatory merriment. The past few years, of course, at Southern Rep, but this year, and I think I've seen every iteration of it, and we want you to set it up, of course, but it's a new show. If you did see it last year, it's a new show. We need to say that off the bat, right?
Yes, it's a new online experience. It's the same great, crazy characters, but Ian Hoke and I, my co-writer, we created a new situational thing that puts all the characters from Benny's Tavern in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, and they reunite for a Zoom reunion for a very special reason that you don't find out until the end. It's a lot of fun, all new songs. We have a lot of fun with virtual backgrounds, and it's a total filmed experience. So you'll see songs, and you'll see all the great characters and some great jokes, and you might even see the local news, Lee Zurich and David Bernard return for special cameos for 2020. So it's a lot of fun. You can access it now through December 26th.
Well, Leslie, we should point out that, of course, there's lots of Christmas music in it, too, some local Christmas music as well, and then almost the American Songbook. You've got quite a combination, don't you?
Oh, yes, it's great. We have our wonderful music director, Ainsley Maddock, from remote, put together all these wonderful music tracks. We used our live musicians from last year, and we just created these wonderful musical experiences. Sort of, we had fun with the fantasy green screen backgrounds that we could do with the characters, and we just had such a good time. Directing all from, I have to give a shout out for the actors. They were filming on their iPhones, actually, and uploading it. We had our brilliant video editor, James Laney, is put it all together and make a beautiful, beautiful little film. It's a lot of fun.
And I think we have to definitely put in a plug for, all local theaters have been just so suffering, but between Le Petit and Southern Rep, and the list is long, but Southern Rep really needs some help, doesn't it? Definitely.
They really do. It's just whatever you can do to support Southern Rep. They do wonderful work, and it's a placeholder until we can come back and have everybody at the theater in person as well. So I encourage everybody to enjoy even if you haven't seen Mandatory Merriment ever this year, we catch you up so you don't feel like you're missing anything. So we really cover everything. It's a great experience for newcomers and old timers alike.
Absolutely. And Alan alluded to, of course, your Crazy World one-person show last night at Le Petit Live, which my husband Errol and I were fortunate enough to watch while we were sipping our old-fashioned at home. But you really talk about American Songbook. You are at it. I mean, it's just you, isn't it? And Jesse Reeks on piano.
It was. And the wonderful Jesse Reeks on piano. It was just he and I on the stage, live streaming to the empty theater to all, the viewers at home. So I had a lot of fun with that. And I sang a lot of classics and some musical theater songs, some Sondheim, some Rodgers and Hart and Cole Porter, and then some more contemporary things too from Bette Midler and on and on and on. So I just had such a good time being back on the stage and singing again and bringing a little bit of swanky cabaret world, in this, I got out of my PJs for the first time in 9 months.
Beautiful black dress, yes. So, and I hadn't heard "The World Goes Round," the Cantor and Ebb, "The World Goes Round" from Lucky Lady by Liza Minnelli. It's a wonderful song, and you did a terrific job. So
Great
just
song.
to reiterate go to Le Petit Theater's website. It is available for a limited amount of time and very reasonably priced and in the comfort of your own home.
Right.
Even though we love our live theater, but if we can't do that, check out online too. But Leslie, it's great to see you, and you look terrific. And I know between Mandatory Merriment and your own show, you've been a busy bee.
I've been busy in my office on my computer. And then, Jesse and I would have Zoom meetings to work out the music. And we literally got 2 rehearsals to put that show together live.
My gosh.
It was a wild experience, but it forced me to learn 10 new songs. And maybe when we get back live, I could have people in the audience and we could do it again. So it's 45 minutes of a lot of fun.
And
so,
your director,
yeah,
we should point out who directed you in Crazy World. Your director was Tom
Chanfiki, the wonderful Tom Chanfiki. Yeah,
okay.
He's terrific. So
Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you.
Great to see you as always. And over to Joey with his very festive red scarf. And 'tis the season, as we know. How many years have we been caroling in the quarter?
This is a 75-year tradition for the Patio Planters of the Vieux Carre. So it was just not possible not to have it. We had to make this happen this year.
And we're going to show you footage from last year, and of course, traditionally, it's in Jackson Square, so we'll show you that and we'll reminisce. But this year, we have to point out that it's not going to be.
No, it is not. This year, it's going to be virtual. We'll have a few people performing in the courtyard at the Jazz Museum, which is limited to just the few folks who will be singing.
AKA the Mint, right there at Esplanade.
Yes, on Esplanade. And it's going to be caroling in Jackson Square 2020 style. It's been a long road to get to where we're going to be, but we will get there, and we're looking so forward to it.
Joey, we should point out that also there's all the information. You'll be able to go to Facebook and and the website at Patio Planters to be able to see it in its entirety live. And what I think is very cool is on the Patio Planters website, you can download.
Yes, you can download our songbook.
So you can't get a candle this time virtually, but anyway, you can download it. Now the Patio Planters also has Sunday earlier in the day a virtual tour. Tell us a little bit about that.
What we have done, instead of having folks, because we can't have people going in folks' homes, we've done it virtually. We have filmed it, and we're going to present it the same day we normally would in person, but it will be coming to you virtually, and you can get that on the patioplanters.net or the Facebook page. And we're hoping folks will go and see. We have beautiful, beautiful homes that have decorated in the French Quarter, in the Vieux Carre, for your pleasure to view.
Now, Joey, if somebody wants to join the Patio Planters, I guess they just go to the website too?
Yes, we have a link that they can join right there on our website. We encourage folks to do it. We have many, many folks who don't live in the French Quarter also belong, and they help us. And I must say, I have to say thank you to all of our members. We have over 260 members, and we have a board of 9 people who have worked so diligently. And I have to say there's one individual, most of all, Sandra Dardis, who is our chairperson for the caroling Jackson Square 2020 style, I don't think has slept in 3 weeks. She has done every day over and over, redoing and redoing everything to make this happen Sunday night.
Okay. So just to sum up, do not go to Jackson Square
No.
Sunday night.
No,
do not
go to the internet.
Yes, go to the internet.
Internet.
Okay.
And
because there isn't enough space for everybody at the Mint, and so it's going to be done for your enjoyment online. On the Facebook Live page of the Patio Planters, or you go to patioplanters.net.
And
and
we're
get it.
encouraging folks to do this at home, in their courtyards, on their front porches, and sing along with us on the internet.
Yes, and hopefully back next year, we pray.
We will be, whether we have to do it this way again next year, we will be back next year, yes.
Thank you, Joey, for all
Thank you.
your assistance, too. And moving back over to Poppy, it's still not too late to go shopping.
Well, if you need to get in the holiday mood, I have just the holiday event for you. Tomorrow at the Troubadour Hotel on Gravier in the CBD, from noon until 5 o'clock, they're going to be having a holiday pop-up market. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of local vendors with food gifts, jewelry. There's even tarot card readings, and that rooftop bar, which is the monkey board, is so fabulous. They've recently installed a new retractable roof. And there's also going to be holiday cocktails. And those holiday cocktails will be rolling up there on the roof every single night between now and you know when. So get in the spirit, shop tomorrow at the Troubadour Hotel. And then, we've been talking a lot about pandemic pivot, but goodness gracious, our friends at that most delicious restaurant, Palm and Pine on Rampart Street, have had more than a year. They've had a lot more than COVID. They had the Hard Rock Hotel because that's near where they were. The street was closed. It's just a miracle that those guys have persevered, and it's because they're just good people, and they're so creative. So this year, they've got pantry items they've just introduced this week, like their delicious mole sauce, their pimento cheese. All of that is available. There's holiday gift baskets that you can get. Now, their tamales are really something to try. And tamales are a big Christmas tradition for a lot of people. So they are offering Christmas tamales to go, so you can come and get them all ready to go and eat them when you get home. Or what's really going to be fun is you can sign up to get their tamale kits. And then there's going to be an online class on December the 23rd between 5:30 and 6:30 where they'll teach you how to make tamales at home. So go to the Palm and Pine. There's Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve reservations available, and truly, the food is fabulous.
Thank you so much. And it's a husband and wife that are together doing this.
They've been in
God
the
bless them.
industry a long time, and so that's why on Tuesday nights when they would be closed, they're having pop-up guests. All their food friends are popping up there. They're doing everything they can to get folks in the door. So please, let's all go.
Thank you, Poppy. And Alan, if ever there is a time, we can use some comedy tonight, correct?
Well, all of you who are tired of virtually visiting places, like this, you can actually go to a theater and sit yourself down and enjoy a show. That's the Comedy Zone at West WYES. That's the Jefferson Performing Arts Society's iteration. They've been doing this for several months now, but this is an actual show that you'll be able to enjoy at the West WYES Performing Arts Theater. And again, Saturday, 7:30 p.m., the last show. By the way, Peggy, last week I told you about StreamingMusicals.com's production of Estella Scrooge. It's a little takeoff, a female takeoff, if you will, on the Ebenezer Scrooge story. It stars Broadway belter Betsy Wolfe, who was down here at Le Petit not too long ago. Well, they're partnering with theaters across the country to make Estella Scrooge available through the very shuttered theaters and allow them to make some money on this venture as well. If you use the code Estella72, you get $5 $5 off by using the JPAS site to get your ticket for this. I can't wait to see it. It's music and lyrics by John Caird and Paul Gordon. It also stars Patrick Page, who was nominated for a Tony this past year for Hadestown. Also Danny Burstein, who's going to be nominated for a Tony this year for none other than, yes, Moulin Rouge, and Carolee Carmello. All great Broadway stars. Again, $5 off, so act quickly about that. Our original conversation, by the way, of NOLA Theater Talk with Anne Mahoney Kadar that we had promoted a couple weeks ago was, of course, postponed due to the passing of our wonderful Carol Sutton. We're rescheduling that for Monday night, December the 21st. Don't forget to check it out. There she is, of course, in The Walking Dead. But she's going to actually have a Lifetime movie coming up this Saturday night at 7 p.m. on the Lifetime network called Stolen in Plain Sight. That's at 7 o'clock. Don't forget that as well. By the way, you can view all of that right there, the Facebook group, NOLA Theater Folk, theatercriticism.com Facebook page, and, of course, my own YouTube channel. By the way, this week, Peggy, you get to rant about the Rent star Adam Pascal on the Seth concert series. Adam was a star in Seth's musical Disaster, so it really makes sense for him to be on the show with Seth. Again, it was rescheduled for a previous concert that didn't go in November. And by the way, my review of Ryan Murphy's film of The Prom has not yet gone up on theatercriticism.com, but I can tell you it will be a rave. For me to be so really overwhelmed by a film of a Broadway show is really rare. It's a show that stars Meryl Streep, James Corden, Nicole Kidman, Andrew Rannells, Ariana DeBose, who was in Hamilton, Kerry Washington, and a very young Jo Ellen Pellman as Emma. It's far better than I had imagined. I saw the show on Broadway, was really knocked out by it. Great viewing for the family. It is an adult theme, though, so keep that in mind. The story deals with a bunch of narcissistic Broadway types who suffered a flop and are looking for good press to up their stock in public relations by helping a young lady take her date to the prom. It's streaming now on Netflix and at the Britannia Theater Canal Place, and also streaming on Netflix as of today is the latest in the August Wilson Pittsburgh cycle of plays being produced by Denzel Washington. This time it is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom starring Viola Davis, and also, of course, you saw her in Fences opposite Denzel. It's going to be the last film we'll get to see Chadwick Boseman in. So if you want to check that out, again, it's streaming on Netflix, but it's also available at the Britannia Theater Uptown.
All right, thank you so much. And I am going to kick off our picks of the week with a few great locally themed items in the event that you are still doing some shopping. First, we have a Mr. Bingle float from Dillards, which has, of course, continued the tradition of producing bingo-related merchandise. It's about 8 inches wide, and, of course, it's in honor of the beloved NOLA-based snowman. We love our Mr. Bingle. The Friends of City Parks annual ornament spotlights the lions at the historic peristyle in the park, annually created by artist India Stewart. Really beautiful. Drink expert Tim McNally gives us a history and then some recipes, all related to the famed Sazerac cocktail. Great stocking stuffer. And this year's Mignon Faget adornment is a fleur-de-lis signifying rebirth with a butterfly emblazoned on it. And now time for Poppy's picks. Poppy?
A new spot on Veterans Boulevard, The Larder. Now that's Allison Vega Knowles' new market and eatery on Veterans with her partner Chris Wilson. There's grab and go from the deli. There's even a drive-through. You can get everything from pastries, Allison's delicious food to go, Cajun caviar, to French truck coffee. It's all there, and even in the drive-thru.
Okay, thank you. Alan, your turn.
Talk about an early Christmas present. If you want something that is a gift that keeps on giving, how about some kinky boots? It's on stage, and it's also in the West End. The shows must go on. It's virtually just for you this weekend, now through Sunday at 2 o'clock on YouTube. Check it out.
Okay. And I just wanted to show you, talk about, couldn't be more New Orleans, these champagnes. Look at these wonderful desserts. This is from Swiss Bakery at the American Can. And, of course, it's icing in the little oyster patty shells. Very, very New Orleans and delightful. And before we leave you, I want to to show you just a few more gift items, so let me show you. The Friends of the Cabildo have added a new architectural overview of Carrollton, the Carrollton section of our city, and that is authored by Robert Cangelosi Jr. Years in the making, and God bless them. Photos by Neil Alexander. It is a must for your local history library. Also a must is Richard Campanella's book, A Comprehensive History of the West Bank. Another carefully researched book, years in the making. Congratulations, Richard Campanella. Historian Matthew Griffith collects New Orleans postcards, thank goodness, and features many of them, along with some history, in this new book called New Orleans in the Golden Age Postcards from the University Press of Mississippi. And then we also have Bobby Brocado Jr., who has written and published a loving tribute about his grandfather, longtime local restaurateur, Diamond Jim Moran, complete with many recipes from Diamond Jim's restaurants, such as La Louisiane. And before we go, though, Poppy, I want to go back to you for a moment about the Reveillon dinners.
Yes.
Because I was looking up all the Reveillon dinners online, but some other ones that I'm excited about is what a Chafalaya and Broussards. The list is long. You've got to check out the list, right?
Even Commander's Palace.
Even Commander's Palace, so sounds fine. And Leslie, a question to you. Are you still teaching? I know from time to time you're teaching. Are you still teaching music theater?
I teach privately. Yes, I teach privately. I do lots of master classes around town. A lot of virtual online classes right now. But yes,
Absolutely.
I love to teach and give back.
All right. And Joey, we have to have a shout out for Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop, even though these are challenging times.
Yes,
I know you're
please
very
do.
involved with that. Please
Yeah,
check it out.
Please check it out. And Sunday night, virtual, caroling in Jackson Square 2020 style.
Absolutely. Thank you all so very much. Glad to have you all here. Merry Christmas. Thank you all. And goodbye.
Support for Steppin Out comes in part from the Kristovich family in honor of Mary Lou and Bill Kristovich. This program is sponsored in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support the arts and culture in the greater New Orleans area.